we've created this channel where we like to come and talk about our dating experiences, dating apps, relationships, life, in a judge-free zone. We'd love to hear from you. If you want to get involved in any way, have any questions, you can reach out to us. We have an email.
Our email is seriouslysir2@gmail.com. We would love to hear your stories, especially ones that we can share and chat about on here. Let's get started, y'all.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Seriously, Sir. I'm Corey.
I'm Aimee.
We wanted to wish you a happy Thanksgiving yesterday. Hope you ate all the food. I know we definitely did. I also personally am very congested from allergies because the weather is changing here. So pardon my voice and my sniffles. Thanks in advance. And thank God it is Amy's turn to talk the most today because of it. So take it away, Aimee.
So I was thinking back to an experience that I had. And, through the years of dating, I've been very mindful and paying attention and the shifts and welcoming different things and different vibes and different energies. And so this one had just started off as Bumble, sitting by the pool, just swiping, connect with this guy. And it was like an instant match. And we start chatting. And then I'm looking at his profile. And I'm like, oh, you live like 4 hours away. Like, what are you doing here? And he was like, oh, here for a concert. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Have fun. And he was like, I actually have an extra ticket, if you wanted to come. And I'm with two other girls, creating a safe space for me. And me, I'm like, son of a bitch, I'm in. Of course, I'm going to a concert. I'm like, how long do I have?
This is the same guy that gave us the tickets to the country concert not too long ago, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Started with concert, ended with concert.
Got it. Okay.
So I was like, what do I have to lose? Just a crowd of people. He's with two girls. I love music, so sure. I just went to my apartment and I got ready. I'm driving to this venue. Everyone was really nice. He was very welcoming, very, very personable, made me comfortable. The girls were excited that I was there and we were all vibing and it was cool. And they were staying in an Airbnb. So they'd have to drive all the way back. And even the girls were like, there's extra room there's extra room, or if there's another bed in our room, like if you wanted to hang longer after. And I was like, all right, this is cool vibe. And I'm like, probably not, but whatever. So the girls leave early because they wanted to like beat the crowd and they were going to start walking to the car. So like, okay, cool. So we wait to the end. We walk to the car. He walks me to my car. I figured this is what would happen. He'd walk me to my car. I would drive him to the girls. And we get stuck in this parking lot. And I'm going to mention too, the girls were young. And this is where they showed their age. Because now they're calling him, like, where are you? Like freaking out. I can hear her. We can't move. Where are you? You left us. We're just two young girls walking the streets. Anything could happen to us. Like, I'm like, she needs to chill. Like, I can't with this energy right now, because if they didn't leave, they'd be in this car with us.
Right.
Safe. You left. He didn't leave you. I'm not being disrespectful. So I'm just feeling this energy. I'm like, I do not know how this night's going to go down.
Right.
And so they finally make it to the lot and they call.
Where you are?
No, where their car was supposed to be.
Oh.
And it was towed. So she's freaking out.
I know that.
And she's like, yeah, all too well, you know that feeling. But I just hear her like, you better marry this one, blah, 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 like all this again. And I'm watching him and he was so calm and how he handled her. I'm like, okay, like, I like that. And he was like, if you told me, because I think they'd already gotten back to the Airbnbs. Like, if you stayed in the lot and you told me we had already got the show on the road, she's like, I need to get back. I'm going to lose my job. Like, all this fucking drama. And he was just like, okay, we're going to deal with it. We'll deal with it in the morning, blah, blah, blah. What do you need? So she, like, lists all this stuff she needs. Like, we go to the convenience store and he's, like, buying her everything basically to shut her up. And to get me to go in, because I'm like, I'm not going in there. Right now, she hates me.
Right.
And number two, I can't do that energy right now. He's like, no, we really like you here. Like, I'm going to give her this stuff. She'll be fine. And I pull up and I'm like, it's a nice night. And he was like, you're not coming in. I'm like, no, I'm not going in there.
Yeah.
So he coaxed me in and gives her all her stuff, and it was still like the same drama, whatever. But we kind of went off into the dining room, and we just talked, and we talked, and we talked, and her girlfriend had already been sleeping, so I never saw her again. But like we basically talked till the sun came up, and I ended up staying. We didn't sleep, but I was still in my clothes, so like he gave me t-shirt and shorts and stuff so I could get comfortable. But like we just talked, and I'm like, I like that. We had lots to talk about.
Yeah.
And then the next day, she's freaking out, like, you guys gonna get the car? We're gonna get the car. Like, get your stuff together. We'll go. And then she's like, well, she's still sleeping and blah, blah, blah. Like, can you guys just go? I'm like, sure. So now I drive this dude to this rando sketchy lot, and we're waiting for his car, and I'm standing there looking at him. I was like, come to Metallica, he said. It would be fun, he said. I'm on like an all-nighter, some crazy bitch in an Airbnb. I'm like, this is weird. I just want to go to a concert. So it was a good time. He was respectful, and then he's like, would you want to do this again? And I said, I don't really know how any of that would play out. I'm very, very busy.
Yeah.
You live 4 hours away. Like, this was a good time, and thank you. And he's like, no, really, I would like to show you like a real date, like take you on a real date. And I really have never been on a real date. Like, something someone asked me to do, they planned it out. And I was like, if he's willing to drive to me, I'm willing to see what he has to offer.
Uh-huh.
So he plans the date. He gets an Airbnb, which I liked because I'm like, you're not coming to my house.
Right.
And you need a place to sleep. And so I was excited. I was excited to see what he came up with. And we're going to call him too much, because from the very beginning, it was just too much. I should have known, like, someone who was willing to drive 4 hours. Like, where is this going?
Yeah.
So, he plans the first part of the date. He said is an appointment, like it was a time, like a schedule. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. What could that be? And I was working that day, and that was the day they scheduled me later. And I'm like, no, I can't. And I wouldn't leave for work just for a date, like to get to like dinner. But I was like, no, like it's a schedule. Like I gotta be there. So I worked, and I left late, and I called him, and I said, listen, I'm very sorry that I'm coming, but I'm going to be late due to work. I don't want you to think I don't value what you just did, and I know we're on a schedule, whatever. And he's like, don't stress out. I talked to them when you texted me. We worked it out. No harm, no foul. Just get here. I'm like, okay. So I get there, and he had scheduled a private glass blowing class, because I had mentioned that that's something I would like to try. And he said, so if you're fine with it, the way this worked out, we're just going to be with other people. I'm like, that's fine. He goes, but this gives us time to look around. So he had already been through there, and there was like this greenhouse in the back. And then he looks down, he goes, oh, what's this? And there was this box there. It looked like kind of part of it, And I was like, that's interesting. He's like, it's yours. Like, let's go sit down. And he had brought water and iced tea. Like, what would you like? And I'm like, oh, let's take a water. I'm trying to open this damn like puzzle box, get in there. And I'm like, oh, I thought there were beads like for my hair. And he said, no, they're lotus seeds and 30 varieties. And I'm like, where did you find these in 24 hours? Because originally, like, he asked me all these questions. What's your favorite flower? What's your favorite ice cream? I forget the third question, but I said, unfortunately, like, my favorite flower, you can't just pick up on the way to a date.
Right.
I like lotuses.
And yours is like mine. Like, you can, but you have to really search for them. Like, mine is sunflowers. Mm-hmm. You don't have those year round.
No. Nope. I've never seen a lotus you can pick up and buy, right. Honestly. I've never really looked, but I told him that, and I wasn't thinking too much of it, but he took that. Okay, well, I can bring you flowers, so try to grow them. She doesn't know me very well. I don't have green thumb, but I thought it was very thoughtful. The glass blowing.
Oh, he put a lot of thought in. Mm-hmm. Like, well, and I feel like it showed that he really listened to you when you were speaking. Yeah. Like the first time y'all interacted, because he planned and did things that like you had mentioned previously. And that's always attractive in a man, when like a lot of times, let's be real, like men don't really listen to us. So like
Mm-hmm.
when they like pick things like that up, where you're like, oh, like he was listening to me. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay, like I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I did. I'm like,
Yeah,
this is nice. This is like, it felt good. It
yeah.
felt good.
And I shouldn't say men don't, but like
Oh, a lot
a
of them,
lot
yeah,
of men don't.
yeah.
Not every man. I shouldn't
Generalized.
generalize and group everyone into
What
there,
we're
but
used to.
yes, from my experience, most men do not listen when women speak.
Same. So I was liking that. I'm like, this is sweet. But I also wasn't feeling like he was the one that pushed for it and I allowed the date. So I wasn't like, I said this will be a fun time, but I wasn't like wanting to, like, I wasn't really attracted to
Oh,
the
okay.
good looking guy, but that's not why I was there.
Yeah.
And I would have wanted to get to know him anyway and see what happens. And to me, it wasn't going to line up, but let's have a good time and
Right.
experience something new. So like all of that was really great. And then like the skies opened up, it starts pouring, and he looks outside and he grabs me and he pulls me outside to kiss me like romantically. And I didn't even think before he reacted. I was like, I just blow dried my hair. I'm never like that. I'm not a chickie like that. Like something like that. I wouldn't care if my hair got wet if I was into you, but I was like, no, no. So
That's so funny.
if that didn't tell him from the beginning, and I was hoping it didn't come off rude, but like I'm just also not there yet with you.
Right.
But in hindsight, I'm like, this first part of the date was pretty romantic and cool and new for me, and I was grateful that he took that time. So we do the whole glass blowing thing, which wasn't romantic. I almost burned the girl next to me. Like I dropped my, everything's hot. Everything
I've
is
done
really
glass
hot. You
blowing. It's
have.
hard.
It was stressful.
It's hard. It's like, yeah, and it's hot. You're sweaty.
I was
Like,
stressing.
yeah, my brother did it for a while when we were like younger. And so I did like, it was like one or two times I like went with him to like do it. And it was super fun. Like, I enjoyed it. But like, yeah, it's not like, you can't talk because you have to focus because you don't want to like burn yourself or somebody else. Like,
No. I was like,
yeah,
this really not is a good time for me. Like I was like, I was great that I did it.
yeah.
I don't want to do that again. I don't. No, after I dropped my hot tool and then the girl next to me had to jump, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And the instructor kind of got annoyed, but whatever. No one got hurt. And so yeah, we go through that, and that was great. Like that's a good date. But it went on to, all right, from here, I figured you would be cool with, dessert before dinner. And I asked you what kind of ice cream you liked. And you have your choice of these 2 or 3 places. And I called them all to make sure they have your favorite kinds. And I was like, well, that's thoughtful, but that's a lot. And I was feeling bad for like my negative connotations, like how I was picking up on this, but I'm like, this is just kind of a lot. And that's weird. So like maybe one place, like just make sure they have one that I like or whatever.
Right.
But like so much thought into this. So we go, we get our ice cream. And I thought we would go out to dinner, but he was like, I bought some food. We can cook together at the Airbnb. And I'm like, okay. Not really what I had in mind, but okay. I've put myself in stranger situations. My family and friends have my location. So I'm just aware when I'm in those situations.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, we'll do that. So we go inside and he hands me a bag. And I'm like, what is this? And he's like, I bought these for you. They were gifts, like a necklace. And I forget what
What kind of necklace?
it had like a moon on it. Because, it's like the moon is like a moon and a sun. They were meaningful and he was paying attention, but I was like, I even said to him, like, this is too much. Like, I don't need gifts. Like,
Uh-huh.
you just planned all that. That was lovely. But thank you. And I'm starting to be like, okay, this is a lot.
Yeah.
And there's 3 bottles of wine lined up. And he said, which kind would you like? And I said, oh, I like all of them. Like, why don't you choose? And he's like, well, I figured I would let you choose. And, this one's from Georgia, this one's from Italy, this one's from here. And I figured whichever one you chose first, that's where I would take you first. I'm like, you're taking me to Italy? Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Okay. I said, honestly, like at that point, I was getting a little anxious. So I was like, what? Can you please just decide? And then he's like, we're going to make dinner. Either you can make it with me in the kitchen, we can do it together, or you can sit there and we can chat. And I said, I'm going to stay here and drink wine, and you're going to cook. I'm just going to get in your way over there, do your thing. He's like, all right, we're going to make this, and you have your choice of starch. Do you want rice? Do you want, and I'm like, okay, dude. I was like, I don't like choices. And he picked up on it in a different way because I am kind of a walking contradiction, I call myself. Um, he hears me say, don't tell me what to do, I do what I want. Like, that's my joke that I have. Like, that's who I am. So he didn't want to take full control and wanted to give me these choices. But at the same time, when I'm dating, when I'm with someone, because I'm always on and I'm always doing for myself and my children and my family, my friends, like, I just want someone to come along and take me on a date. Just make it happen.
Right.
So I started having like a little pushback with him because I'm like, this is just not comfortable. It's not comfortable. And so afterwards, we're talking and he's asking me questions, and I just felt like I was being drilled. Like, there was nothing fun about this date. And it sounds weird because it was mindful, it was thoughtful, it was planned out, he was generous. And so I was very confused inside because I'm like, I don't like this. Like, this doesn't feel good. Like, this is not a free spirited, fun, get to know you date. Like, what is happening? What is he doing? So he would try to kiss me from time to time. And like this, he finally said, he was like, when you kiss me, it's like, which mind you, he's kissing me. Like, you're kissing your gay best friend. And I was like, first of all, it's very weird. I have gay friends. I've never kissed them. I don't know what that feels like. He goes, all right, it's like you're kissing your grandmother. I'm like, ew, okay. Like, that's what you're picking up and you're still
trying. Right.
So if that doesn't give you like the nature of this date, like, it was very confusing to me. And so he goes, all right, the next part of this date, he had more. You have your choice. Thank God he gave me a choice this time, though. Thank God.
Oh.
He said, we can either take a walk and walk off our dinner at the pier.
Love that.
Or I brought my massage table.
Oh.
And I can give you a massage. Now, I love massages. I love them.
But you don't want it in an Airbnb with a dude you don't know.
Absolutely not. I mean, I'm not taking my clothes off. You
right.
are not rubbing me down. We're going to the pier. Let's pier. I was like, pier. We're going to the pier. So we go there and we just sit on this bench for more drilling. Like, just the conversation wasn't comfortable. And he didn't bring any wine or anything. Like, I wanted a drink or something at that point.
Which is kind of funny because, like, you said the first night, like, y'all sat up and talked, like, all night. So it's so interesting that, like, that second date, like, felt more like drilling than just, like, a flowed conversation.
Well, in hindsight, I think in that those hours and hours and hours of talking and him paying attention and picking up on parts of me, he picked up on parts of me he wanted to pick up on.
Sorry, thanks.
So I feel like I guess it all just felt twisted. It was very twisty.
I mean, it seems like it was like a little, and I hate to say this because, like, I don't know the guy, right? But it does seem a little like calculated and like manipulative of like, let me do all these things, almost like love bombing, like all up front, all quickly to get her like sucked in.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like all in really fast. Like, that's how it comes across. And that might not have been his intention, but that's how it comes across
it
to
was
me.
A little bit because, and you're spot on, because the date continued on. And we talked some more afterwards. He said some things like, I just don't think you should say on a first date either. Like, he said, oh, I'm a psychopath. I said, I'm not. This is a very kind human, and he has 4 kids, and he's told me about his past relationships, and he's just a giver. He's a people pleaser.
Oh.
So then I was learning why by listening to him.
So maybe it wasn't like manipulative. Like, maybe he's just a people pleaser.
I feel like it was a little bit of everything.
Oh, okay.
because I'm very privy to all of that. And I was picking up like something doesn't feel right and that feels familiar. And that's not happening again. But I'm like, continue. Yeah, and I said, no, you're not. Like, you're not psychopath. He goes, no, I'm just enough of a sociopath so I don't come off as a psychopath. And I'm like,
Oh, that's weird.
yes, that's weird. And then when I had left the first time, he had said, will you think it's weird if I don't wash this t-shirt? And I go, ever? And he was like, no, eventually. And I'm like, it's kind of weird. I mean, just
Yeah,
to
like,
ask it, even, right?
but also, why wouldn't you?
I know. So when I saw him the second time, he said he did not wash that t-shirt right away and he actually put it on a pillow as a pillowcase.
Why?
To have me there? I don't know. It's weird.
I'm very perplexed by that one.
Yeah. I remember
That's like a little creepy.
I was telling someone this story and they're like, oh my God, no, this sounds really nice. He sounds really nice. Like he's handsome. Like, oh, all these things he did for you. And then I added that in. And she was like, you should have led with that. Yeah, no. I don't ever want to hear you go to another Airbnb again. Like, thank God you're here.
Yeah.
You know? But in the end, I did not see him again. Not that that comes to a surprise. He did try and he picked up what I was putting down and he was like, just, I would like to have you as my friend, you know? And, if I come out your way, maybe we see a show and whatever. So that was cool. He wasn't too much at the end there.
Like pushy.
He wasn't pushing the boundaries. He was understanding, but I think he gained a lot of respect for me and there was a draw because of the I was listening and learned the reason why he is the way he is. And he said to me, he goes, honestly, right now, where you're at in your life, the only thing I have to offer you is money. Because he knew I didn't want him doing other things for me or in my life that way. And he goes, and I know you don't want that. And I said, no, I don't. I thank you, but no, I don't. And he said, you're really the first person I've ever met who didn't want anything from me. And so he attached, I feel, in that way to my character. So as much as there's like too much parts and kind of creepy parts and all of this, like the reason, I guess I was explaining myself, the reason I put myself in those situations, I like to learn people. And I also like to see why did we cross paths. So, I mean, I need to stop doing things that put myself in harm's way potentially. But in the end, it was too much of many things for me. But in the end, he is a kind human who is a little lost in his ways too and needs to learn how to gain someone in his life without throwing everything at them and trying to be everything for them and being too much and showing his true self, which I believe from what I know is a good person, a great dad and great friend. Like those girls that came, he's like kind of her mentor and he just knew that she would enjoy that show and like let me take them on a little adventure, which fucking backfired because it didn't end well with them. I don't think they stayed friends. They fought all the way home.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. It was a dramatic weekend, which led into a semi-dramatic second date for us. But like when I was thinking about what I was going to talk about today, I was like, that's an experience. Like I was saying, I don't go on a lot of like dates, but I have experiences. And maybe that just says a lot about me and what I'm willing to welcome in, which along the way I'm learning. And I don't want that anymore. I don't need that anymore. But lots of lessons. Lots of lessons. Lots of things I laugh at, lots of things I raise my eyes at, and I live to tell. So that's one of my experiences. And the biggest thing, like we said before, it's never about the man, it's about the lesson.
Yeah.
There were a lot in there.
For sure.
There were a lot. I grew a lot in those 2 dates.
But I think the other thing is like why, if you like didn't feel a spark, like why did you keep kissing him when he kissed you?
I didn't.
Oh.
That was the problem. On his end. He'd come in, I wouldn't like turn, but I didn't give it back, and it ended quickly.
Why didn't you turn?
You just came in at me.
I do that shit all the time. to guys.
In hindsight, I've done it too.
Ryan that we had on here like cracks up because he's like, he'll ask me like at the end of dates, he's like, "Did you kiss him?" I'm like, "Oh no, I whipped my fucking hair." Like he got my cheek, and he'll like die laughing because I'm like, if I'm not into it, like I wouldn't kiss me.
I mean, I guess two reasons. One, I mean, some of them just came at me, and it was right there.
Oh,
Other times, I'm also thinking, okay, well, I'm exploring this, right? You don't know.
that's fair.
You don't know unless you try. Excuse me, ma'am. Um, and also, too, I feel like because I was so confused inside about what was happening. Like, I don't know if you've been in a situation where someone's being kind to you, but you're agitated.
Like you feel icky about it.
Yeah, and I feel bad. I felt bad for how I was reacting to things, and I should be grateful. He's being kind, and I think I was just put in this situation where I kind of felt like
I get that. That happened with
should try
the crazy one that we haven't really talked about.
Mm.
I think you remember, like he like did a couple things where I was like, that was very thoughtful, but like I feel kind of like I don't know, something doesn't feel right.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But at the same token, I was like, well, maybe it's me. You know, maybe see.
Yeah.
Well, and clearly no, because he felt like I was kissing my grandmother. I've never gotten
that's
that
like
before.
Such a weird way to like word that. I know that's so funny.
It's so funny. It's so weird. But like at the same time, like if that's what you're feeling, why are you even asking? I'm showing.
But like you're also right. Like you're obviously not feeling that emotion come back at you. So like that alone should be clear enough. Like if someone is into you, they're gonna kiss you back.
Mm-hmm. And if I kissed somebody and they didn't kiss me back, I don't think I'd be asking questions why. I would just change my demeanor and like, okay, we're gonna chill. We're just gonna talk and hang or whatever.
Yeah.
And at that point,
and it could have, for all he knew, like it could have been one of those where like maybe you just weren't ready to kiss him yet. Right? And you just like needed time to like get to know him better. And so like he could have changed his demeanor and maybe on like the third date, like tried that after you knew each other better instead of like continuing to like
push it.
Right.
It was there was nothing natural about that date.
Yeah.
I tried. I wanted to experience a real first date.
Now you know.
That's what I got.
That was just a very over the top real first date though.
It was just too much. It was too much. And that's why I'm calling him too much. Like whenever he gave me that gift, I'm sitting in this place after everything we just did. That would have been great. Glass blowing, the beads, the lotus flowers, and some ice cream. That's cool. And then I'm sitting in front of 3 bottles of wine and I'm opening gifts. I'm like, well, what is happening? And in my head, I'm like, I should like this. I'm being treated kindly. I'm being treated like a girl. I'm like,
right.
You know, I'm not used to this. I guess I'm learning to trust my gut. Like it just didn't feel right. And I hate even talking about him or even calling him too much because really, you know, he has his reasons for why he is the way he is. And we're all a little broken. And I mean, I'm hoping that our interaction taught him something as well. I learned a lot and hopefully it taught him something. Like you have more to offer.
And do y'all still talk at all or no?
We did for a little bit. He would say like, I bought tickets here, I'm gonna come your way, like would you want to come with me? And I mean, I told him I work a lot and usually the answer was no because I couldn't go.
Right.
I didn't really want to entertain that because I'm very busy, and so when I have free time I'm picky choosy how I want to spend it.
Me too, I get that.
And I felt bad because he just did say like, if it's okay with you, I would like to have you in my life as a friend and I want to care about you and whatever. And I said, that's cool. Like from 4 hours away. I just couldn't. I was a little nervous too about it. Like,
well, and it's like one of those you also don't want to give him the wrong impression because he's obviously feeling a very different way about you than you feel about him.
Yeah, it was one of the last like actual messages he sent me. He said, I don't know if I should be admitting this or even feeling this, but I think about you a lot. So he was very, very invested. And no, I don't want to
Yeah.
hurt anyone. And I felt like I was very honest. I was kind and honest. Like I don't want to say went along with it, but I did like I wanted to explore that connection and what that he had planned and all of that. But he clearly picked up on my energy, and I never gave him any idea, even through words. Like from the first day, I said, I don't see where this would go anywhere. But
Mm-hmm.
if you want to take me on a date, like, okay, that's where my mind was at. I wasn't feeding into anything, giving him any more than you should on a second date, you know. Um, I'd say it was really a first date. That first one was just a whim, but yeah. So then he would chat. We would chat here and there, and then he that's when he had to start working again a bunch, and he said he was like in some like ticket club thing, so he would get tickets for free, concert tickets for cheap, and blah blah blah.
Oh,
And
okay.
so he had asked me like, "Do you want these tickets?" And then he added, "I can't go." I said, "Oh, okay, I'll take it. You can take whoever you want." And I was like, "Thank you, I really appreciate that." He's like, "I don't know anyone else in that area, so have fun." And we talked about that, and I think that's probably the last time I talked to him.
And that's the one you and I went to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm. I might have heard from him a couple times after that, but nothing.
Like significant.
No.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he reached out, I would answer and I would chat, but no, no.
That's fair.
I can't. It was just too much. But yeah, I'm open. I'm open to explore, which leaves me with my experiences and my stories.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
So that's all I got on too much.
All right.
And I live to tell. So
That's fun.
no more Airbnbs for me.
Trying to think. Still talking to Hottie with the Body.
Okay.
Yes. This week was a little wonky just because Thanksgiving week. But I think we're gonna do something this weekend. He texted while we were chatting, so I haven't read it, but I saw his name pop up. So, yeah, that's all the update I got so far right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. Still just like I like to take things slow. So
I was just gonna say
I'm
slow
like
and
go
steady.
with the flow. If it's supposed to be something, I will. If not, I won't. But we're still like enjoying each other right now, so can't complain.
That's all. That's all you should be doing.
Yeah, for sure.
As long as it's enjoyable. When it's not, peace out.
Exactly. So that's where we're at with that. Yeah, and that's it. So
You're good.
yeah.
I know. She's.
Tom wants to be part of the show today, I guess. Yeah.
He fits the uniform today. All right.
That is all. We hope y'all had such a great Thanksgiving, and we will see you next week.
If you've enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button. We also have 2 other platforms.
You can join us on Instagram at SeriouslySir2. And we also have a TikTok, seriously.sir. Thanks for joining us this week, and we'll see you next week. Bye.